Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing, and today I'm interviewing Musa Moyo. It's been a bit of a while, but pleasure to get you on as always. I do appreciate your time. I understand it's late.
Yeah.
But yeah, what have you been up to recently? Because you've had a couple years out of the sport. What's been going on?
Well, people think that I've been out of the sport, but just haven't been fighting. But I've just been active, as in boxing wise. I've been in the gym, sparring, doing the most, to be honest. I've been sparring, yeah. I've been in the gym. I train twice a day.
That's good to hear. And yeah, you've been making quite a few call outs on Instagram. A few names. The one you called out this evening, Frezzy Macbones. I believe you. Who else have you called out?
I've called out that many people. Some of them, it's it's just irrelevant guys that really, I don't know what to say, man. Pussies. Yeah, pussies. That's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah, who else? I think you mentioned, was it Troy Jones? Was it that you've mentioned as well?
Troy Jones, but with him, it's not gonna go anywhere. Really, it's really not gonna happen. I know he won't. He will never take that fight.
Because that'd be a very good fight. A local derby sort of fight with you and Troy.
Yeah, he can put if he's still got his English on the line, but I think he vacated it. So yeah, it's just pointless. If he, well, I would regardless. I'll still fight him. Regardless, I'll still fight him. I could even fight Troy on my first fight back. Not disrespecting him. He's a good boxer, but I don't think he's got what it takes to beat me anyway.
What
If
did
it
you
makes
make
sense.
of his fight with Ezra the Cannon Taylor? And again, is that a potential fight for you? Ezra Taylor on TNT Sport. He's got a few belts.
Well, the thing is, Ez- with all Ezra's like my boy, but if we have to get to that, we will. Do you get what I mean? That I'm not shy to get in there. I've sparred with him a lot of times. We've been in the ring together, so it's it's business. It's
And
business. If
and
the money's right,
what did you
if the
make of
money's
his
right, yeah.
fight with Troy Jones?
I felt like he was just walking. It's like he was just dog walking him. He's taking a dog out on a walk.
Do you
That's
not
what.
rate Troy Jones then?
No, I do rate him, but that's what it looked. The late rounds, that's what it looked like.
Yeah, do you feel
That's what it
Ezra
really
just
looked like
showed the
to me.
levels in that fight?
Yeah, he had Ezra had to step it up and show that obviously Troy still. I don't think he's above British level. I don't think he is, but yeah, that's my opinion anyway.
And why don't you think he'll take the fight against you?
I don't. I'm not saying that he won't take the fight, but I'm just saying last time I called him out, it was he said what he said on Facebook, of which he was talking about my weight. If I have to make my weight, I'll make my weight. That's the thing. Do you understand? Like I don't need to make weight if I'm not fighting.
Yeah,
But I
100.
do understand you have to stay ready. But past year, 2 years, I've just been walking around the weight that I want to walk around at. I can fight at light heavyweight. I can fight at super middleweight.
Yeah, but have you not been sort of wanting to? What's the word? Of course, you haven't really. Yeah, you haven't fought since. Is it 2023? Was your last fight?
2023 was my last fight, actually. Yeah.
And why have you been? Not. What's the word? You haven't really been active since your last fight.
Um, I've personally just going through life, but within that time, I found a better coaching that's literally 5 minutes down the road. I started with, I don't know if you know him, but it's Hudge Unity Boxing Club. It's literally in Leicester. 5 minutes walk from my house. Yeah, I guess I've just been building my team around management, change management.
Oh,
Got
who's
a
your
new
manager
manager now,
now?
Scott Kaler.
Oh, so you've and why have you changed management to Scott Kalo? Was it not working with your last manager or?
I just felt like my last manager, he was a good manager, but he had a lot on his plate. He
Oh,
had a lot on his plate.
yeah. And new gym as well. How have you been coping to that new change?
I think my style is a lot better now. I've got different styles. I don't know if you watch my fights, it's just different. It just depends on the day. You won't get a bad performance. That's all I'm saying. You'll be impressed every time. That's how we build it up. Now it's just yeah, just something different.
And
Progression into it as well.
do you feel like now, of course, we've seen you been making the call outs to multiple domestic level fighters. You, um, of course, muddled up my words here, but why is now the right time for you to get back in the ring?
It's always been I've always been ready to fight, but I just thought let me just take time out and work on my craft a bit more. And now I think I'm ready to come out because I see boxing kind of changing. Most of these promoters, obviously, with the Turkey Alisher coming in, is making good fights, and even the British promoters as well. They're making fights, obviously that people really want to see. Like, if it makes sense.
Yeah, and of course we'll talk about um Frezzy Macbones, as that's the one you've called out today, well this evening. What do you make of Frezzy Macbones and you am I right in saying that you're trying to get that fight to be for a belt as well against
I
Frezzy?
want we're both Africans. I think there should be something on the line, and WBC Africa, I think that puts you on to the world rankings as well. Puts you in the top 15 in the world.
Yeah,
Do you get
right.
what I mean? So
100%. And I've seen Freezy fight a few times. I think I've seen you a couple times as well. I feel the styles, and that's one that the fans should. That's a fight that people should want to see. Two Africans fighting for the WBC African belt, and hopefully the fight. I don't. Have you fought in Africa before, like in the amateurs or?
no, I've never fought outside of the UK, but fighting in Africa for a big belt like that, I think it's a no-brainer for me. I think you might as well do it. Why not?
Yeah, I think I've seen him fight over in is it Ghana?
Ghana. Yeah, he's fought in Ghana, but if it means I have to go to his backyard, I don't care. I'll go to Ghana and get my WBC belt.
Has he got it currently then? Is he the holder of the belt?
No, I don't think anyone's holding it at that level, at light heavyweight. I'm even coming up to light heavyweight to fight him for it.
Yeah, so it's vacant.
I think it's vacant, yeah. But I'll speak to my manager tomorrow. I spoke to him today, and then he said the WBC will be a good shout. But then I thought, why not make it an interesting fight? Me and Frezzy Macbones. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's a good shout.
I think personally that's a fight to make.
I think, yeah, personally, I think it will be a good fight. No disrespect to him, but obviously, at the end of the day, it's business.
And another few fights that I'm gonna mention that I don't know if it's of interest to you. One that happened the I think it was last week or the week before. It was for the Midlands light heavyweight title between David Butland and Ryan Whelan. David Butland won 96-94. Would you want to go for the Midlands? Because I know you were scheduled to fight for the Midlands
I,
a couple of
I
years ago.
personally, personally, I don't even know who the kid is. I don't. I know Ryan because I used to train with him at East Side, but I don't even know the other guy. But at the end of the
He's
day,
managed
I
with
don't think.
John Pegg as well.
Yeah. So for me, it's. I think I've surpassed the Midlands level. Whatever they want to say, I've surpassed the Midlands level. But if I have to fight him for a better belt, 100%. No disrespect to the Midlands, I'll fight him for a better belt.
Do you feel like you've fought above Midlands level as well? I mean, you win on Sky Sports,
100%.
that was at good level.
100%. Listen, Diego Costa wasn't a joke. Look if you go and look at his record, if you go and look at his record and look at how many people he stopped within that record, and it was good guys as well. Do you understand? The guy was a knockout artist, but I just went in there and just dismantled his work. And he's above English title. I think he was above that personally.
Yeah, and
And then they
what
threw
number
me
fight was
there with
that for
just
you?
four
What,
fights.
that was your fourth fight, was it, or fifth fight?
That was my fifth fight,
Yeah,
and that was his ninth fight.
exactly.
So personally, I think I'm above them, bro. After that fight, I was ranked number 11 in the UK at at super middleweight first, and then I moved up to light heavyweight. I still ranked number 11. How many fights does it normally take these top guys to get to within the top 15?
It was sometimes 15 to 16, sort of 18 fights.
But I've done that with 5 fights. Think
So,
about it.
yeah, so I mean, that was the next fight I was going to mention was for the English titles fighting this Friday between Zach Chelli and Adam Heppel. That's for the vacant English title. What do you make of that contest?
I would happily fight any of those guys at that weight. I would happily fight any of those guys. Anyone at super middleweight, anyone at light heavyweight.
I mean,
I
super
don't mind
middleweight. Would you say super middleweight's a bit more, what's the word, open with the domestic sort of fighters at the moment?
because there's only one person carrying the belts, and it's Callum Simpson. I'm not scared of Callum Simpson either.
Yeah, what?
I think my style will just outwork his style either as well. Personally,
Mark,
I thought Mark Jeffers was a better fighter than Callum Simpson, despite his defeat. But I still think Mark Jeffers is a better fighter than Callum Simpson.
really, you think Jeffers would beat Callum?
I think he would.
I think that would be an interesting fight. What about you, v Jeffers, as he's coming off a defeat?
That fight can happen. But again, these guys will be like, "Oh, you're not bringing anything to the table." It doesn't matter to me. I just want to fight. Do you want to fight? That's all it is.
I mean,
I,
there's massive fights out for you, whether that's super middle, whether that's light heavyweight. You know, Mark Dickinson, another a matchroom fighter. You know, there's big fights out there for you.
who's Mark Dickinson? I don't know him.
He's the current English super middle champion. He's signed with Eddie Earn.
Well, the phone call. Make the phone call. I'm available. Under the British Boxing Board license, they won't let me fight up until they'll basically say, oh, you need a tune-up fight to fight for a belt. But regardless, I don't care. I would come out now and still fight for the belt. Mate, I'm not even in camp, but I'm sparring. I can spar 10 rounds straight. That's how conditioned I am. And I'm not even at the weight. I'm not even at my fighting weight. But again, it's down to the guys if they want to mix it up with me. Yeah.
I mean, when are we? When can we? You know, have you got a fight penciled in, like of when you're going to be possibly returning it? Can we expect you returning to the ring very soon?
Well, as soon as I get my medicals done again, obviously I've been given the green flag. I can do my medicals. Yeah. As soon as that's done, I'm back in the ring.
Yeah. And have you got I think is Frezzy Macbones your number one target? Have you got
Hundred
who are
percent.
your
He
top
he's the
three?
fight that I want. He's
Who are
the
your
fight that I
top
want.
three main targets?
He's the fight that I want. Callum Simpson that'll be a stadium fight. That's the fight that I want as well. Obviously, that's if he doesn't move up. If he moves up to light heavyweight, I'll still take that fight.
Yeah.
Uh, anyone really. I don't have three people in particular, but anybody really.
Troy Jones, Freezy, Callum Simpson, maybe top three, if you had to say.
Yeah, but I'm not putting Callum Simpson in there because I think he's special, or none of those three guys are special. Do you understand? But it's I think it's a fight that can happen. But obviously with Callum Simpson, they're gonna try and do it the traditional, or you need to get yourself back in the top 10 or put yourself mandatory for whatever he's got. But I don't think he's a world level fighter yet.
Yeah, I mean he did get dropped. I think what was it, first 7 seconds of his last fight? Did you see
First
it?
8 seconds, but I watched that fight, but I was not impressed. I wasn't impressed at all.
Do you not think that was? Were you not impressed with Jeffers either?
I didn't watch that full fight at Jeffers. I just watched the last, I think it's the last 2 rounds. I got in quite late, so I watched the last 3 rounds. But obviously, from what I seen, it did look good. It wasn't looking good, bruv.
Yeah.
It wasn't looking good.
How would you ideally, plan the rest of your 2025 in boxing?
I want to be active as much as I can be for the last 6 months. If it means fighting every month, I'll fight every month. If it means me going away in the away corners just to fight, I'll do that.
Yeah.
To
What?
any promoter out there that's looking for a good competitive fight, then they're willing to do it and match it up nicely at super middleweight, light heavyweight. I think I'm your guy.
And when
I've done it once. I don't mind coming back to do it again.
Yeah, 100%, and I'm sure you will get those big fights very soon. And we're looking forward. Well, personally, I'm really looking forward to seeing you back fighting. And yeah, as always, before I let you go, champ, do you want to thank the usual people who are helping and supporting you on your journey as a pro boxer at the minute?
Well, I just want to thank my followers and supporters. Really, I ain't got any sponsors at the minute. Nothing. That's why I've just kept myself to myself. But my coach at Unity Boxing Club, my manager Scott Kaler, Errol Errol from Bad Boys. Yeah, fancy them, man.
And from me, Musa, a big thank you for your time this evening, and yeah, hope to see you back in the room very soon.
100%, man. I can't wait. I want to get back in the fight, but I think the Freezer fight will be a good fight.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you for your time, mate. Bye.
All right, cheers, mate.